Okay.
We are about to start the session. The chief guest
Students, the chief guest has already arrived. We are about to start the session. So kindly settle down quickly. A warm welcome to everyone present here. Students are requested to kindly settle down and maintain the decorum of the hall throughout the session. I repeat, maintain the decorum of the hall throughout the session. Request you all to kindly rise at the arrival of the chief guest and keep your mobile phone switched off.
Sam Agustin.
A warm welcome to everyone present here. Students are requested to kindly settle down and maintain the decorum of the hall throughout the session. Request you all to keep your mobile phone switched off. I now welcome our distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Yogesh Kalaimani sir and Dr. Annette Pearl ma'am and student in charge to occupy the dais. Warm greetings to our esteemed dignitaries and to everyone present here today. I, Benita C. of 2nd MCom Koba, takes immense pleasure in welcoming you all for the first session of Conference 2025 themed Sustainable Commerce, Green Strategies for a Resilient Future, which promises to be an insightful and engaging discussion. It is my privilege to extend a warm and cordial welcome to our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Yogesh Kalaimani. Thank you, sir. We are truly grateful to you, sir, for accepting our invitation and being with us today. To introduce our distinguished guest, I now invite Ms. C.K. Avantika from 1st BCom A to deliver the welcome address.
I am pleased to introduce Mr. Yogesh Kalaimani, a dynamic professor with over 12 years of experience in supply chain management, materials planning, and operations, currently serving as the manager, material supply and operation at Recity. He has been instrumental in driving sustainable supply chain practices and circular economy initiatives. Over the course of his career, he has worked with leading organizations such as High Design, Fuse Technology Solutions, India Shoes Export, and Exceler Innovation Solutions, gaining rich expertise in demand planning, export and import operations, pre-production planning, and vendor management. His career journey reflects a strong focus on strategic planning, risk management, and process optimization, helping businesses achieve operational excellence. Mr. Yogesh holds a B.Tech in Information Technology from Anna University and a diploma in Electrical, Electronics, and Communication Engineering. Beyond his technical knowledge, he is known for his leadership, ability to build cross-functional collaborations, and innovative problem-solving skills. With his diverse experience and passion for creating impactful solutions in supply chain and operations, he continues to inspire teams and organizations towards efficiency and sustainability. We sincerely thank you, sir, for taking the time to be with us today. We are truly honored by your presence and glad to have you here. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Avantika. I now invite Dr. Annette Pearl, ma'am, to present a memento and a bouquet to a guest of honor. Thank you, ma'am. Without further delay, I now invite Mr. Yogesh Kalaimani to brief us on the topic on circular economy in practice. Over to you, sir.
I think I can start. So first of all, thanks for the opportunity that to share about circular economy to the young minds, because we have come across so many eras. We have come across industrial, we come across information eras. Now we are moving towards sustainable eras. So that is where circular economy plays a very vital role. And before entering into that, I just give I think the introduction they've given about me very elaborately, but very short. Circular economy, something like, you don't want to do an academics and learn circular economy. It's not the case, because if you get it that I have done IT, information technology, and I went into supply chain. And various supply chain I've experienced, from the cold supply chain to a very complicated supply chain. If you understand how the vaccines has been stored and supplied to the specific countries, everything. So many those kind of supply chains I've seen. And now I've been taking supply chain in the sustainable sector, circular economy, where you never imagine this kind of a materialist flow or the kind of the economy has been generated through various circular economy. So today we are going to I just want to convey this is a kind of a discussion I want to make instead of kind of giving only the slides and information. So if anything you need, you can definitely ask in the QA sessions. I'll happy to address this. So without delay, I just moving towards circular economy. So before understanding the circular economy, you need to understand what is linear economy. So linear economy is nothing. It's something you will make, use, discard. That's it. The life is over. There is no closing the loop will happen. It's a linear economy. Something you will consume, means when I say use, it's nothing you are consuming the product which is manufactured and you are using it and consuming it and you discarding it, and there is no life beyond that. That is the linear economy. So today majorly we are going to discuss about what is linear economy, how it is working, what how it is functioning, and similarly what is circular economy and the different eras of circular economies, industrial eras are there now, where we are, and I want to give what is the innovation right now happening in the current market, and also how the career will be built from the circular economy. And that is something I just want to cover today. So I think we can move to third slide if you are in the first slide. Third slide. Okay. So as I mentioned, linear economy already, this is a very straightforward thing that we consume and discard. So the linear economy creates, what is the problem statement that creating in the linear economy is? We have a very limited resource available in nature or environment, or if you take an earth, we have limited kind of resources. So we want to utilize the resource or reuse the resource again and again only, otherwise you cannot able to sustain yourself. But the linear economy is a kind of thing if you remember in 1970s or 1980s, there is no drinking water filtration plants are available anywhere in India, or world is also limitedly there, because we have enormous fresh water available, so we consumed it. But now if you see we have seen so many mineral water companies, there's so many distillery plants are there, so many filtration plants are there, because we are again and again reusing the plant. We forced to move towards that kind of era right now, because our population is getting increased year to year. Right now we are in 830 billion. We don't know in 2030 how much it will go, and we have again the same resources. We have one earth, we have one planet to live. So in that we have to make available everything for everyone. So linear economy, it's destructing the complete resources. It will use, consume only. There is no reuse or resource efficiency has been taken and again reused. So that is the reason you are seeing landfills, whatever you are seeing near to your area. If someone is traveling from Pallikaranai to Thuraipakam, you would have seen there is a big landfill over there, which is supposed to be not there, because in city planning we don't have any space. They are dumping the land waste into the landfills only. That landfill is situated very close to the wetlands. So when we follow linear economy, this kind of thing only happened. So today we are dumping the waste in the landfill. Tomorrow it will come to your home also. So if we follow the linear economy, that is where the circular economy will be. Can you move to the next slide? Yeah. So this is the circular economy. Usually everyone will refer this as a closing the loop. So when we say closing the loop, it starts from the design. So you need to okay. So you need to design the product based on you need to design the product in the way that you can reuse the product. If you see a simple example, if I want to tell, 1980s, 85s, the Horlicks has been come in only glass bottles. Now you are seeing like, the Horlicks has been packed into recyclable PET bottles. This is how the shift started. I'm just like, referring few examples so that you can able to easily connect what is something like, happening in the current market, and you would have actually not know what has happened earlier. So design the product in the way that you can able to reuse it and make the product with the renewable energies. So when I say make the product, any product you need energy to make the product, right? You need electricity, you need like, thermal energy, you need water, you need like, so many other resources in order to make the product. So when you make the product, now like, everyone is conscious to use renewable energies so that like, the product will have very less, kind of a footprint in the earth. And then use the product is something like, we are the consumer. We are consuming the product, whatever is getting manufactured. And when it's again like, discarded, we need to recover, regenerate, again design the product, use the product. This is the closing the loop by implementing the circular economy strategies. And I just want to like, can you go to the next slide? Yeah. So I just want to like, how the economic era has been transformed globally. If you see like, the first era is the manufacturing age, where in 1800s and 1900s, that is where like, a lot of innovations and a lot of discoveries happened. If you see like, the steam engines, if you see the first telephone, if you see like, the so many hardware, products, so many machineries has been invented this era. So this era is nothing actually like, earlier when, before the manufacturing era, we are only depending on agriculture. We are like, completely the economy is dependent upon the agriculture only. And along with the agriculture, you need a mass production of the machines and mass production of the other products also and application also. You need to you are actually moving towards modern science. That is the era. So that is where a lot more, products, a lot more mechanized products has been developed, and a lot more like, kind of a, right now whatever we see, even a fan, you see like, it's a mechanical device that has been developed, that has been like, discovered in that era only. So there is so many inventions has been like, coming in that era only. And basically like, manufacturing era is a mass production, because when I say like, mass production, when some product is getting discovered and it has to be like, translated to a mass production in order to get consumer try to like, use that product. If a product is getting invented, if it is not entering into mass production, you would have even not seen the product. So now everything actually like, you are getting access because of this era only. This is the era where the world has been like, completely moving towards a different economics, kind of a numbers that they have seen. And there is another era. This is something like, early 90s and 2000s that we have. Can we go to the next slide? Yeah. So we are on the slide 6, right? Yes, okay. So this is the second era, which is the information age. So you make product now, but whether you are making the product effectively, efficiently, or how you track your, the entire process. When I say process, it's something like, supply chain, marketing, business, finance, so many things are there that you like, you need to monitor, or you need to like, have your numbers with you. Then only you can able to see what is the profit, or what is the turnover, or what is the number that you are making out of the product. So that is where the information ages came. So they bring lot of services, lot of new technologies like internet, like the computer, and everything has been like invented in this era only. So this era has created a very good impact, because it's something like, support to the manufacturing era, and it was actually simplify the process and simplify the, analytics things and everything. But the challenge in this era is it creates the environmental impact also. Does anyone know like, how much energy has been used in data centers? Anyone like, have any idea about like, how much energy we are using in the data centers? It's something like, if I want to tell the energy, it's something we are using like, one small nuclear plant energy, which is required to operate the data centers. And if we are using that kind of a thing, and how much, kind of the air pollution or how much natural resource consumption that we are doing in the data center, it's a huge thing. So that is something like, there is a disadvantage in this information era when it's like, start to, creating these environmental, impacts. Because of that, a lot of e-waste has been generated, because now the information age, everything also we are moving towards linear economy only. Like anyone using mobiles, what we are doing is we never repair the mobiles. We usually change the mobiles. The lifetime of the mobile has been reduced from 4 to 5 years to 6 months to 12 months. So which is actually creating a lot of e-waste. E-waste is another challenge. I'll come to that part, but these are all the challenges, or these are all the costs, environmental costs, when we actually move towards the information age. So now can you move to the next slide? Yeah. So now actually we are coming to this circular economy. The era has actually started, if I want to say, in 2000 only, the circular economy has been started. Circular economy initially discussed in EU regions, European Union regions, and now globally everyone is talking about circular economy, because this is something it's going to be the next era that is going to decide lot of environmental efficiency. They used to be going to consider both the environment and the efficiency. If you see Apple, Google, or a lot of companies, they have started a new there is a department already there, sustainability departments are there, where they used to look into each and every process of that particular product, and they are trying to improve the product efficiency also there, and they are trying to design the product in the reuse way also. If you compare, I think you have seen this mobile Nokia 1100 and all. The packaging of the mobile will come in 2x2 cardboard. Now, the Apple phone is coming in a very small, cardboard. That is something resources has been saved over there. There is no requirement to you have to put that kind of a packaging. I understand marketing and other things are there, but similarly, you need to consider resource efficiency also, how you need to use. So these are all some examples, how the circular economy era has started. And recently, if you see Sunsilk shampoo bottles, the height of the Sunsilk bottle has been reduced 8 centimeters less. Because of that, globally, they have saved 4,400 metric ton of plastics. It's a small design hack. That is how the circular economy will work. That is how, the circular economy also, try to use the limited resource, and also, that resource also be used functionally. There is no, aesthetic look or something like that. So everyone is trying to, use the resource functionally into their product instead of aesthetic thing. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. Slide number 8. So there is a 3 core principles in circularity. So now you understand, I hope you have understood about the circular economy, but just a little glimpse. But there is 3 core principles which is in the circularity, which is design out the waste, keep product in use, regenerate nature. So design out the waste is something you need to think about how to reduce the waste from the product. Example, if I want to say, when you are using a mobile, the mobile is having 4 GB RAM, you cannot able to upgrade that into 6 GB RAM. But now there is a modular smartphones has been released by Apple. There is a company called Red Dragon, and then Blue Fairphone. There is so many organizations are doing this research where you can able to just replace the component. You don't want to change your mobile. If you want a better camera, just move out the camera module, and then you can attach a new camera module. So this is something in a process which will reduce the e-waste, because that is this is the example for the design I'm telling, how the product has to be designed, how the you need to look into the product as a waste. After use, how it will become waste? What is the product? What is the material that can be reused, or what is the material that cannot be reused? So you need to look into that way and design the product which will create a larger environmental impact. And second thing is key products in use. So when I say key products in use, this is something. It doesn't require you need to create a product where you need to own the product. So there is a services right now available, right? Anyone heard about this Zoom car, or anyone heard about this? There is a website that you can able to rent mobile, rent electronic device. You can use it for certain period, and then again give it to that same company. So you can do that also, because it will reduce the carbon footprint, because when you use it and after that when you use it, you can only discard that product. Instead of that, this kind of a rental service, maybe you need for use that particular gadget for some application. After that, once you use that, and then you can able to again return the product to the manufacturer or the service provider. So that will reduce the usages also. That will completely change the generation of the waste also. And regenerate nature is something where, as I mentioned earlier, everything has to be right now calculated in carbons. Even when you use a vehicle, how much carbon it is emitting when you are coming by 1%. When you travel 2%, the carbon will be slashed into whatever the carbon is getting generated, that can be calculated for 2%. So this kind of thing that we need to really put it as a principle when you design a circular economy product or circularity in the product. Can we go to the next slide? So now we discussed about circular economy, and now what is the career opportunity that can be available in the circular economy. So there is a vertical, design and engineering, where I mentioned product design or the material scientist, what kind of the material can be used. That is the one kind of a vertical that really everyone can explore. And there is no academics towards circular economy. Circular economy is completely the interest. You need to understand how the product has been designed. If you are a product manager, or if you are a marketing person, then you need to know how the market expects, and then that expectation has to be fulfilled in the design. That is how you can see one different career opportunity, which is the design and engineering. And second thing is the tech and data. Tech and data is nothing whatever that IT services that we have seen, analytical tools, data science, or artificial intelligence, machine learning. These all things are used in circular economy also. I am using every day, day to day, I am tracking my entire warehouses using machine learning and artificial intelligence. It will throw the data we never imagined. It will give you so many analytical things. So there is a career opportunity in tech and data also. And other thing is logistics. So logistics, which is actually which is very important in all the sector, where it rarely contributes a lot of carbon footprint. Example, when you are planning a last mile operation, usually last mile operation is nothing. Any product has been generated, it will be moved towards the distribution centers. From there, it will go to the showrooms, exclusive showrooms, and then from there, the consumer is consuming it, right? Instead of that, right now, what they are doing is from the factory itself, they are sending directly to the consumers, where they are avoiding so many intermediate operations. This is called actually reverse logistics. So reverse logistics, they will do it, and they are trying to make the service agreement timeline also. What is the timeline which is required? That is also they are achieving. So this is a one kind of career opportunity that you can look into circular economy. And also circular supply chain analyst, which currently I am working circular supply chain analyst only, where I am handling almost 40 different inventories, where we are providing solutions you never imagine. We are providing solutions to the sanitary pads. We are providing solutions to the the dry batteries, means we used to call the lithium batteries. We provide solution to the papers and plastics. There is so much of inventories are there, where we are providing solutions. When I say solutions, it's something the entire reverse supply chain has been built already. So the product has been manufactured, used or consumed, then discarded. Again, it get recovered. It will move towards the resource. It will again move towards redesign the product and reuse the product. These loops are actually right now coming up. So now there is a lot more industries has been developed to do this kind of a reverse engineering, means reverse supply chain. Textile industries already started their work, and then there is a discard, means vehicle discarded. Whatever the vehicle we are using it, which is getting discarded, again that has been reused in the automobile industry. There is so many industries right now coming up with the circular economy concept, and they are trying to reduce their raw material cost also. Because when you introduce the circular economy in any manufacturing operation, it will reduce your manufacturing cost from 10 to 15%, which is huge in the numbers. Can we move to next slide? Yeah, slide 11. So there is an innovation required in fashion and food industry. Right now, circular economy, initially they started with so many other components. Now they are focusing towards food and fashion, because now fast fashion has been generated. So we are consuming a lot of textiles, again discarding the textile. There is no solution currently available for that. So people are working towards to innovate those kind of solutions. That is where this sector required circular economy experts. So this is something a kind of a spotlight that this company is based out of Germany, the company called ThreadUp. So ThreadUp is a company where they are doing thrift store. They are running a thrift store in the entire country. They have around 25,000 outlets in Germany, and their process is actually, once you use your textile, and if the textile in the good condition, if you can able to sell the textile to the ThreadUp, this kind of a startup, what they will do, they will again reprocess it. When I say reprocess, it's not actually completely destructing the design. They only sanitize, clean and everything. Again they will put it into the thrift store, which can be reused again. Because whatever is not, whatever the waste for you, it's a resource for another person. So this is an example that I'm looking. And in India, in Chennai itself, there is a lot more thrift stores are there. In Tambaram, there is one thrift store. There is a T Nagar thrift stores are there. There is some stores called Wasted 360 and then Sperico. There are so many people are doing this thrift store, which is working in India also. So this is a kind of an innovation. If you're looking into the entrepreneur perspective also, this is something very unique, and this is something, there is no competition in the market. If you start that kind of a startup, which will give you good returns also, and investors also really interested. This company alone, actually this company has raised 10 million pounds in a 6-month time with the investor, which is a very good amount. And similarly, food waste. Food waste is something we can't control it, but there is a strategy. There is a study saying 828 million people face hunger still in world. We were actually thinking everyone is getting food, but still this is the problem statement. And the solution is something whatever the leftover food available in the restaurants, events, so many other occasions, that can be taken into these people. There is so many other NGOs are running these kind of activities already in India also, Tamil Nadu also, but this is not something profitable business. Right now everything is happening in very NGO perspective, but soon it become like a business. The person who want to discard the food, he has to pay for the service provider, and then the food will be delivered to the right person on the same day itself, because food is having very less shelf life. So it may be maximum 3 to 4 hours only it can withstand, not more than that. So they need to find a solution within that hours, and there is a certain distance matter for that. So everything where we need to do. And if we develop an application in the same concept, that can actually make a millions of dollars, and they can attract investors also. These are some innovation ideas in the circular economy which I am trying to bring. So there is one, this is another company. This is can you go to the slide 14? Yeah. So there is another company called Ecovative. So this Ecovative is a Netherlands-based company. What they are doing is using mescaline material, which is a mushroom, which is actually a root of the mushroom. You can able to use alternate towards plastic. Even this is something alternate towards polyester textile also has been used. So these are all some science innovative products which is coming up right now in the current market. So now can you do slide 15? Yeah. So building career, which is that builds a better world, where circular economy is not a, I would say it's not 9 to 5 job. It's required a lot of ideas, and it's something where if you have an idea, you have a strategy, that's it. The game is on. You can able to start whatever you want. So there is the usual kind of a working in an office 9 to 5 and doing Excel, that and all is not required in circular economy, where if you have the innovation ideas that can be built into a bigger or larger startups, and then you can able to make a millions of millions. It's possible in India, and because this is something going to be a next era. Can we move to next slide? Yeah, 16. And these are all some specific careers which is available currently. We see circular product designer, material scientist. So what they do, product designer will actually make the product in repair reuse manner. And similarly, material scientist who will be looking the materials, whatever the material which is getting used. So now we are using notebooks. And how many of you know, other than classbook notebook, everything is a recycled notebooks. Because you can easily see the fiber content in the paper itself. The tissue paper is the last product of the recycled paper, which is having very less fiber. That is the reason when you try to tear the tissue paper, it will easily come up. But if you try to tear some A4 papers, it will take little bit of hardness to tear it because of the fiber content. The paper has been reused again and again. So this is a material example I am telling. And when you design a material, it has to be in the circular economy. Usually, any product design, that product will have multiple materials. So when you take a PET bottle, PET bottle, if you see a normal PET bottle, there is a cap in that. That cap is a polypropylene plastic. And then there is a bottle which is made up of PP. And inside the cap, there will be one rubber. So which is coming from actually a latex material. So 3 different materials. It's very difficult to or very complicated to reuse the material. So we are redesigning the material where the entire product will be the same material type. So a lot more companies right now innovating in that way only. If you see right now in the market, anyone see the Sprite bottle? It has moved from green color to white color for the reuse purpose only. Because when the color ingredients has been introduced, then product cannot be able to reuse again. So that is the reason they have designed the product again into the transparent color. So this is some examples how the material scientist work will be there. Can we move to next slide, 17? So as I mentioned, technology, tech and data. So that is some business opportunities. These are all some opportunities currently available in the market. IoT specialist. IoT is, I think you are aware about IoT, which is Internet on Things. This is something where machine learning and artificial intelligence together with IoT, it can generate a lot of data for you. So for example, now it is very consciously using in the carbon footprint reading, or how to reduce the carbon footprint, and what is the carbon footprint that you are generating. All these things actually with the use of IoT only right now is operating. And then blockchain developer. Blockchain is it's a next technology to the supply chain where there will be no duplication or end-to-end operations will be managed. That is the blockchain concept. The blockchain recently got the ISO certification also, where there is no duplication will be possible in the blockchain. And sustainability consultant, it's very freelancing independent job that you can able to be a sustainability consult to any brands. There is a lot of small brands are there which doesn't know what is meant by sustainability, where you can be a consultant over there, design the product, make the right material used in their product, so that the product can be reused again and again. And circular business innovators is nothing the usual thing a business analyst, what they are doing it, how the product will reach to the market, how the market reacts. So this is something qualitatively and quantitatively that they will take the feedbacks and recreate the product along with the sustainability consultant and the other people. Next slide. 19. So these are all something they're something we need to start today. If you want to be you want to do anything for the environment, always repair instead of replacement, whatever it may be. Mobile to textile, anything repair over replacement. Replacement is very easy. I know repair is little bit difficult, but you can able to reduce carbon footprint, what you are actually producing to the earth. And then you need to support the circular brands. So circularity brands is something where a lot of brands are investing towards the circularity. So what is something very important is they need to get the recognition in order to scale up their product. It's very important that we use recycled product, or even whatever we buy or we use, try to take a circular brand which will really motivate that particular brand. And then it's not shame to do a second-hand shopping. That is something very. It's okay to buy a used textile. That is not a problem, because it's not something. Used textile means it's not in a hygienic manner. They are also having a process. They have a sterilization process. They have a washing, ironing process where it is a new cloth for you. But other people they might use very mild, and they've actually discard that textile. So you need to look into that way, which is something for you also it will be cost benefit, and for the environment also it is a great initiative. And then I think your campus will have a sustainability clubs, and there is a lot more initiatives will be done in the sustainability sector. Participate, understand that, and there is other sustainability clubs are also available in Chennai. So you can able to go there, explore what is happening, current market trend, and you will have a lot of context also over there. Other than this, you can also have a simple practice, when you travel, if you are alone only traveling, never use a car. When you use a bike, do a bike pulling. When you people are trying to travel to some other destination, try to see whether a bus is required or train is required. Is it air is very required, because when you travel actually one time in aircraft, if it is a distance of the particular destination will be 600 kilometers, still you are producing 16 kg of carbon dioxide to the environment. So conscious on what we are using, or conscious what we are actually trying to return back to the environment. This is something very important for us. So, and then this is last slide 19. Yeah. So this is a very kind of a great number which is trying to achieve. So there is the circular economy, the numbers will say 1.8 trillion euros is going to be handled by circular economy in 2030, and 6 million new jobs has been already created. And if we follow this era, 80% of the waste will get reduced, so that you will not have a landfill in your nearby areas or near to your home. So it will be very kind of growing the economy also, and doing something for the environment. There is a lot more companies right now they are trying to dedicate a fund called climate fund, green fund, sustainability fund. There is so many things are coming up in the market, so where we need to look into that particular sector. If you want to go, let's say I want to be a analyst, and then you will really work on the numbers and how it will work, everything where you can able to see. In India itself, 2030 they are trying to make 2 million 2 million crores of Indian rupees. They are trying to make this economy. Last year 14,000, I think 14 lakh crores has been invested in circular economy in India. So if you want to learn about this, just go and see the Ministry of Home and Affairs website, where you have a lot of the investment has been made particularly to the circular economy has been registered over there. Yes, I'm open to the questions. I think, yeah. Any questions? You want to understand anything more? Okay, fine. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening us with your valuable insight and thought-provoking information. I am certain that this was a truly rewarding and enriching experience for all of us. As we come to the end of the first session, I call upon Ms. K. Daisy from 2nd BCom A to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of the Department of Commerce, Self-Finance Stream, it is my honor and privilege to extend heartfelt gratitude to one and all present here. First and foremost, I could like to express my deepest gratitude to our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Yogesh Kalaimani, Material Supply and Operation Manager, for joining us today. Your valuable thoughts and practical perspectives have truly inspired us and given us fresh idea to shape our future. A sincere thanks to Dr. Paul Wilson, Principal and Secretary, for his constant support in making sessions like this possible. We also express our gratitude to Dr. Janet Vanilla, Vice Principal, Self-Finance Stream, for her guidance and encouragement throughout this program. Thanks to Dr. Nirmala Mohan, Head of the Department, for the constant encouragement, support, and guidance. Special thanks to our conference convener, Dr. Johanna Jasmine, whose dedication and hard work ensured the seamless execution of today's event. Your effort truly made this day possible. We are thankful to our faculty members for their steady support and presence, which has added dignity to this occasion and encouraged us throughout. To all the fellow friends, thank you for your enthusiastic participation, which brought energy and value to today's session. Let us carry forward what we have learned and continue to strive to excellence in all that we do. Apply it to academic professions ahead. Thank you once again and wish you all a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you all for your presence and participation. Wishing you a wonderful day ahead. Students are requested to rise until the guests leave the auditorium.